Hello and welcome to the 21-22 Staff Support Department presentation. My name is Casey Winke and I am the Director of Staff Support. This year, our team supports all of our supervising teachers with training on using instructional strategies, including AVID school-wide, curriculum development, and instructional coaching. And finally, our team is scholar-centered, and we've developed scholar-centered initiatives in order to positively impact their learning. I will start by reviewing our mission, vision, and values, introducing our team, including the new positions to CCS, and dive deeper into each of our departments for a better understanding of the support we provide, review some of our highlights from the school year, and finally showcase scholar academic growth, namely within our new initiative we launched and from our CAS data 18-19 to 2021. The CCS mission and vision is at the heart of all that we do as we continue to focus on inspiring and developing our innovative, creative, self-directed learners, one scholar at a time. We also strive to create a collaborative virtual learning community, inspiring scholars to appreciate the ways in which arts and sciences nurture a curiosity for lifelong learning and prepare scholars to take responsibility for their future success. Similar to our mission and vision, our core values, ARTIC is our North Star and what we live and breathe by in our work and strive to embody in everything we do here at Compass. As a brand new department, all of our positions are fairly new with the exception of our assessment team and the TOSAs. We also adopted a new internal diagnostic assessment, STAR Renaissance, which is a computer adaptive assessment for grades K through 12. And this diagnostic adapts for scholars as they answer each question to find the specific and accurate knowledge and skill level of every one of our scholars. And we use these results for identifying what skills scholars are ready to learn, help plan instructional support activities, track scholar progress towards academic targets, estimate proficiency on state tests, and estimate mastery of standards. And then through Freckle, that's another adoption tool that we have this year. It's through our Renaissance partner, and it's a supplemental intervention tool, and it's assigned to every scholar based on how they performed on STAR. It's differentiated in adaptive practice in math and ELA. And our gen ed tutors use Freckle in conjunction with their sessions in order to target skill gaps. And finally, instructional coaching is brand new to CCS this year. I'll talk a little bit more about it in just a few minutes, but we've developed an instructional coaching framework along with our coaches who help STs get to the next level. Our staff support department consists of a team of 13, including myself. I'll go over formal introductions in the next few slides, but as a team overall, we consist of one curriculum developer, one assessment and data coordinator who oversees our assessment specialist and data specialist. Our coordinator also supports our 2 assessment TOSAs. We have 1 AVID TOSA, 2 training and development TOSAs or T&D TOSAs, 1 for options and 1 for online. And finally, 3 instructional coaches, 2 dedicated to support options STs and 1 to support online. I'll first introduce our curriculum developer. We acquired a new position as of October with our allocated funds. Brenda Lastly has joined the staff support team full-time as our curriculum developer. She has been utilizing the lesson plan database to curriculum map per learning period and link the essential standards to each lesson plan. She has pared down the database to include lessons and resources for math and English for each grade band. Next is our assessment team. Our assessment team is led by Beth Snade, who oversees Luis and Carrie. Beth is our data and assessment guru and manages all things assessment, CAS, physical fitness tests or the PFT, internal assessments, again through STAR, and LPAC. She took on data this year and has been working diligently to find correlations in our data. as well as comparing historical CASP and LPAC data and using that knowledge to make recommendations and inform decisions. The data specialist, Luis, is a new position this year, and he is responsible for organizing data for Renaissance, STAR completion reports, and proficiency rates, and Freckle usage, just to name a few, as well as CASP and EL, LPAC and LPI, longitudinal data. Carrie supports Beth with rolling out assessments and managing STAR, as well as assessing incoming English learner scholars for the initial LPAC. As I mentioned before, the staff support team has had the privilege of building an instructional coaching framework this year. We added the instructional coaching role, and I am really proud of our accomplishments thus far. We've had 10 instructional coaching themed sessions for the entire teaching staff in order to best support their needs and preparation for the start of the school year and ensuring they're meeting their overall goals. Coaches also started the coaching cycle with their coachees, all who volunteered to get additional coaching this year. Each coach has 5 coachees, and each supervising teacher goes through 2 observation cycles per year, as well as obtaining just-in-time support about weekly or bi-weekly, ensuring they're making progress in meeting their California Standards for the Teaching Profession, or CSTP, goals. Kelly and Tara support the options team, and Michelle supports the online team. However, there's a lot of overlap, and this team works really well together to build warm-ups to use in sync sessions, and they all have unique skill sets and areas of expertise. So they definitely, we strive for teamwork with our coaching model. Michelle and Kelly have both math credentials, and Tara has an English credential. So this team is extremely strong and can help us make progress towards meeting our math and ELA goals. The TOSAs also joined team staff support this year. We have 2 assessment TOSAs, 2 T&D TOSAs, and 1 AVID TOSA. You may have recognized Brenda as our curriculum developer, but she also serves as one of our assessment TOSAs. Jen Hobson is new to the TOSA role this year, and she's been doing an amazing job streamlining CASP test prep and ensuring scholars are prepared for CASP in the spring. So Brenda and Jen partner on all things test prep and ensuring our scholars are prepared. Brenda has been in this role for 2 years now. Erica Angelo is also new to the TOSA role this year, and she is our online training and development TOSA and is responsible for all things online training when we have a new ST join the Compass team. Erica also supports the development of our teaching staff by being a lead for professional learning sessions, namely for how to engage scholars through technology in AVID, especially with Nearpod. Carrie Cody just joined our team this week as our new options T&D TOSA. She has a wealth of experience and is ready to take on this role in supporting our new options STs with onboarding. And finally, our AVID TOSA is responsible for bringing AVID to life and ensuring that this is the center focus of instruction. She serves as the AVID site team chair and is responsible for showing supervising teachers how to best utilize AVID strategies within their teaching practice. Some highlights for this year: we've had about 15 total professional learning sessions, ranging from Pick Your Pathway, which is a session devoted for online and options, to choose breakout sessions to learn more about a specific tool or strategy that positively impacts scholar learning. We've utilized ListenWise, Nearpod, Pear Deck, and Generation Genius for our 4 strategies that STs could choose from and learn more about so that we could see an increase in scholar achievement. We've done data digs, how to read STAR reports in Renaissance to make informed decisions. We've done a lot of professional development this year so far. And we're also seeing an increase in scholars who are active in Freckle. We're seeing consistent usage across the board. We have about 2,200 total minutes in December and about 11,000 minutes in November for online, and about 42,000 minutes in December and about 202,000 total minutes in November for options. Despite the holiday breaks, we saw a lot of usage in Freckle so far. And then another to highlight, we also created our instructional coaching framework by completing the just-in-time support for check-in meetings, then completing one coaching cycle each semester, which is 3 meetings in the cycle. There's a pre-meeting, which is an introduction and picking your overall CSTP goal, the observation, and then the post-reflection meeting, the post-observation meeting. So each coachee is going through that cycle twice, once in the fall semester and once in the spring semester. And finally, we launched a new initiative this semester, a daily dose, where our scholars would be exposed to math every single day for 4 weeks, and then exposed to ELA every day for 3 weeks by embedding math or ELA lessons into warm-up activities. In our online department, we tracked growth by having scholars take a 5-minute assessment within their learning labs. They would take their pre-assessment the first day and a post-assessment the last day of that theme or that lesson, which is typically a week's worth of figurative language, for example, in order to increase overall skills in ELA and math, of course. And I'll show our data in just a few minutes on that. What's more exciting, as much as I love our highlights and what we've done so far, we're seeing a lot of growth. We've seen tremendous growth in scholars for the daily dose, a big increase in CAS from 1819 to 2021, and our EL Scholars Indicator, so the LPI, they're making progress towards English language proficiency, shows the percentage of current English learners. I'll show that percentage again in the next couple slides, but we're going to start with daily dose. So let's start with the growth in math. So we launched a new initiative this semester in order to increase academic achievement and get scholars prepared for CAS. And our instructional coaches and I created the 5-minute math warm-ups for STs to use in live instruction, where our scholars would take that pre-assessment on Monday before being exposed to the content, and then their post-assessment on Friday after receiving 4 consecutive days of instruction on that topic, such as fractions in percent or number sense. The first week, we measured 26% growth in math, and we kept growing after that, up to 69% growth by the 3rd week, right before fall break. And for ELA, we had a short window because between fall break and winter break, we only had 3 weeks of ELA. So we only had 2 assessments to measure from, but we still saw growth. 50% of the first week we saw growth, and then 67 for the final week. So big improvement in just those short weeks that we had. Let's transition to CAS. This shows our CCS of Los Angeles growth from the 18-19 school year to last year. Scholars obviously did not take CAS the year prior, 1920, due to COVID, but we were able to assess all of our scholars remotely last year. And despite the circumstances and potential learning loss due to COVID, we still saw growth in both math and ELA. A 5% increase in ELA and an 8% increase in math for those scholars who met or exceeded standards, which is scoring level 3 or 4. In 2019, 41% of our scholars met or exceeded standards in ELA. In 2021, 46% of our scholars met or exceeded. And for math, 8% increase overall from 16% in 2019 to 24% in 2021. And more importantly, the percentage of our scholars who scored level 1 and 2 standard not met or nearly met decreased. I'll go over that breakdown in these levels shortly. And here is our San Diego growth from 18-19 to last year. 26% of our scholars met or exceeded standards in 2019 compared to 46% in 2021. And our math jumped 17%. So we saw tremendous growth in San Diego. And here is the breakdown of levels, as I was alluding to before, for CCS of LA. As we can see, level 1 and 2 have decreased from 1819 to 2021, which is what we want to see, and levels 3 and 4 increased. And much more pronounced in CCS of San Diego, big dive in level 1 from 1819 to 2021, again, which is exactly what we want to see, and an increase in levels 3 and 4. And here is our LPI growth for each school. 34% in Los Angeles, 12% growth in San Diego, and 67% in YOLO. And we don't have a large percentage of scholars identified as EL and YOLO. And we actually did not acquire YOLO as a charter until the following year, but those scholars still had scores from their previous school. So the growth from that data was extremely impressive because they grew exponentially after enrolling in Compass. And we attribute this growth to our amazing ELD team, namely our tutors, the adoption of Lexia, and our amazing EL coordinator who all serve on the academic support team. And that concludes my presentation for today. On behalf of the staff support department, I'd like to thank you all for the opportunity to share a quick overview of our team. We are incredibly proud of the progress we've made since forming this team in August, and the amount of teamwork and collaboration we utilized to get us to where we are today has been such a breath of fresh air and super refreshing. So thank you again, and please let me know if you have any questions. My contact information is listed on the screen. Take care and thank you again.